Alright everyone, welcome back. It is the 1st of May game time, so I finished planting the rest of the fields, and as you can see, we got quite a few weeds in here, so we're going to jump in the spray tractor, we're going to go spray some weeds, and clean up the map a little bit. So we'll see just how much that's going to boost our environmental score. So we are currently at a 55 for our environmental score, so let's go spray some weeds and see what that does. And since this is the only thing that we're got going on, I'm probably just going to go ahead and run the tractor myself instead of doing any course play. So, kind of get a plan of attack here, how we want to. Look at that overlap there. So, like I said last video, doesn't matter too much with the beans because you harvest beans with draper, but corn on the other hand, you'd end up knocking ears off on the ground and losing them. So I think we'll head up here. I think we'll pick up run 59 and 62 first, and then we're going to fall back and do 156, 157, and 163. So, I'll get on a straight dress here. Go ahead and set guidance. Alright, and here we go. Like our guidance good on the sides there. Line this up with the row. Well, now we're literally sitting right on top of the row. Take it back the other way a little bit. There, we're splitting them a little bit better. Pretty good chunk of weeds right there. And another one right here in front of the track. This is a big old section. I'm gonna set that corner a little bit better. A little bit. Apparently that's the one really tough weed. We ran the sprayer over it twice and didn't kill it. Another big old hunk of wheat right here. Alright, get this readjusted here. Go. I'm gonna adjust it a little bit further over just to make sure we get good coverage. There we go. And I'm only going to do one headland with this just because the headland is so wide because we got so much width there with the booms. We'll have more than enough room to turn around. It's kind of lethargic to sit there and just watch those weeds disappear. Currently sitting at 0.8 of a gallon per acre for herbicide usage. I honestly don't know what it is comparatively if we didn't have the see and spray or spot spray. I honestly would need to test that out, and only way to test that out that I know of would be just to buy the same exact spray setup without the see and spray, and then just run it and see. But honestly, there's not really any point in knowing, other than if you're just trying to figure out how much money it would save you. I don't know. Maybe if some people want to see that, we can test that theory later once we actually have some money to play around with. We got all kinds of room down here on these headlands to turn around. Oh, actually, you know what? I just remembered something, guys. Let's put, or not. There we go. We'll put a hired worker in this. I forgot that I have another grain apparatus back at the farm. Not in this barn. Head back over to this other machine shed. I forgot that I parked it in here because I can't get it in that other building. Too wide. And I've never used this before, so... And I bought it because I haven't ever used it. So, sure, we'll give it a shot and see how it does. Now, granted, not nearly as wide, so it's going to take a lot longer to do our herbicide with, but I think we'll shoot for the smaller fields, maybe with 157. Did he just turn around in the middle of the field? He did. Okay. So apparently, this worker just randomly decided to go. You can see where he just kind of randomly went through here. Oh, let's do this. Let's take this let's take this tractor up to 156, and then we'll just set course play and let this tractor on course play, because this tractor doesn't have the spot spray, so it's gonna just apply herbicide straight through. And that's actually gonna screw with my numbers for my herbicide application on my cost per acre. Maybe we'll just have to see what the application rate is, because we know what it is approximately on with the other sprayer. It's whatever 0.8, yeah, 0.8 liters per hectare. We're just gonna jump right here into this bean field. Actually, probably only need one headland with this too, because it's the 3-point attachment. Alright, well, let's see what that. Yeah, see, it's much higher. 33 gallon. I mean, it is going down. Now it just shot back up again. shot way up. Now we're at 50, 50 gallons an acre. 50 liters. No, that's 50 gallons an acre. This isn't near as efficient as the other way. I mean, could you imagine what it would be on the sprayer 4 times the size? As far as per acre? Alright, here we go. Oh, narrow. He's down to 20 gallon an acre. We'll just have to see. Let him run that field and see. But I'm probably not going to use that anymore. Just because it's going to throw my numbers off. And it won't be a good representation. So I like to be as close as possible. So, I mean, once I get all of my numbers in, I'll probably go back to using it. And that's something else that you'll see too. Once I get all my numbers in and decide which crop I'm going to use, you'll see me start using anhydrous. So I'll start applying anhydrous in the fall. So we'll go over the bean ground and knife anhydrous in the fall once we figure out which corn we're going to use. In that, because of course that alters our fertilizer use rate, how much liquid fertilizer we use whenever we're planting corn. And I could figure it, and I might figure it as far as NH3 or anhydrous ammonia cost per acre application. And then it's just, that's a lot of extra numbers, a lot of extra work. But to be thorough, I should probably do that. So, okay, well, he is blocked by an object, so I guess we'll get down here to the end. And we'll stop for a minute. We'll go figure out. Oh yeah, how did you manage? How did you even manage that? I mean, it's not even like you were turning. I don't even know how he managed that. Obviously he wasn't running this line. So, but anyway. Alright, I'll get him lined back out here. Get him going, and hopefully he doesn't end up in the stinking waterway again. So much wasted herbicide. Alright, fire him back up. Get back to spraying. We had a serious jump in usage in this, so we're all the way up to 3.4 gallons an acre. clock's displaying back here. Not sure what's going on with that. Check on him. And he's down to 16.8 gallons an acre. Which, of course, he's completely crossing our roads the wrong way. Like, big time. And my tractor out here in the middle of the field. I went plenty far up into the headland that time. I didn't need to go near that far up. Alright, last pass in this field. At 6.9 gallons an acre usage. I don't see that changing much. I'll go ahead and plug that in over on my spreadsheet. See how far he's gotten with the soybeans. Look at the skips. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, I am not impressed by that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish up this field. I'm going to shut him down. And we're just going to sell that entire setup. Tractor, saddle tanks, and sprayer. You can sell that whole setup. I mean, theoretically, I could just buy another sprayer like the one I'm pulling and just hook that tractor to that sprayer, but no longer than it takes to spray. I don't really see a point in it. Just because we can cover so much ground. At this point, there's no reason running multiple sprayers. Moving forward, I will end up replacing this spray rig with a self-propelled. Same thing with our line spreader. It'll get replaced with one of the self-propelled floaters, Titan floaters. I will end up keeping both and moving them probably to where we end up doing the cattle farm, toward cattle farm. and then just replacing this with the self-propelled rig. So at that point, we may have enough field that we may buy a self-propelled rig and run this one and that for a little bit, and then replace this with a second self-propelled rig. I don't know. We'll just have to see what it's doing time-wise, how we're doing money-wise, and how long it's taking to spray. Alright, let's go ahead and jump up here. Shut this rig completely down. Because, I mean, there's just skips all over the place. And usage is high. Higher. So, for now, I think I'm just gonna set it. Which we, at this point, we'd be destroying the heck out of these beans. But I think for now, just gonna set it, park this right here. Alright, let's reset that. Kick this guy on. And go spraying this field. Let's check our environmental score real quick. I doubt it's gone up any, but oh, it actually went up 2 points. We're at the 57. I don't expect to see a huge jump in our environmental score until we're able to do a full rotation. So that will be the year after next. So, because the next year these 3 fields will be corn, and then actually no, it'll be longer than that, right? Yeah, it'll be the year after that. Because next year these 3 fields will be corn. Because this fall we'll lime and rip these 2 fields that were corn. Because the bean fields this year will go to corn, and then they'll get limed and ripped next year. So the end of next year is when we should see the big jump in our environmental score. Overcorrected. Got some weird double row plants going on. And it's funny how this ground that we actually ripped new that was grass, there's absolutely no weeds in it. I mean, you can literally see it right here, right in front of these saddle tanks. I mean, the weeds stop on a straight line. Now, since we ran the cultivator across this ground, had we ran the cultivator across it in the fall and then re-ran it in the spring, we probably wouldn't have had weeds or as many weeds. Or had we disc it and then cultivated it. But I honestly don't know which way cheaper is to spend the extra diesel fuel and time to run the tillage equipment across it a second time, or is it cheaper to spray herbicide on it? I know it's faster to spray herbicide on it. Simply because number one, our working width is 3 times as big and 1.5 times as big as the cultivator. And our speed's the same, or roughly the same as the cultivator. Once we get into the self-propelled, I mean, I think the self-propelled sprays run at 11 or 12 miles an hour instead of 7, so it's quite a bit faster. And they have a wider spray pattern too. Now I can get a self-propelled sprayer that has the same size boom as this, but I don't think we're going to be limited, let's put it that way. I think I can go with the bigger boom section, the wider boom section, and not be prohibited or restricted to where we can use it, just because these fields are all out in the wide open. On some maps where you got a lot of trees and stuff like that, smaller fields, it's a lot harder to use that big equipment because it's too hard to turn it around. And especially in smaller fields, because you spend more time turning than you do actually spraying. So there's a fine line between how big your equipment is and the efficiency. So, and that's even whenever I'm farming on like the North Dakota map, where it's a 16x map, and these fields are huge, 2, 3, 4, 500 acre fields. I keep some of the smaller equipment around because there are a few smaller fields. And running the big equipment in those fields is more time consuming, and it's not near as efficient because it's just too big. You end up spending more time turning around and resetting yourself than you do actually work in the ground or work in the field. Alright, that gets our headland done. And we'll jump in here. And oh, that's weird. We're square with the field edge, but we're running at an angle to the rows. So, and that's something in my course play settings. And because you notice how the rows are just like offsetting a little bit every time, and that's how I have my course play settings. I'm assuming that didn't align with this edge over here to our right. It aligned with a different edge. So something we'll just have to keep in mind and watch when we set up course play from now on. Or we just have to plan it ourselves, which we may end up having to actually record courses for this map, just because the fields are at slight angles. They're not true, sitting. They don't have true edges, north, south, east, and west. So it makes course play a little bit funky, and actually it makes the GPS a little bit funky too. Because of course the GPS is wanting to run north, south, east, and west true. But like I say, we may just have to go ahead and record our own courses with our different equipment and run recorded courses. Which will be extremely time consuming for me to do, but likely it won't be that bad for you guys, because we'll only do like one field, probably not even an entire field, just because it is so time consuming. And if I do an entire field, I may wait to do that field with you guys. Let the map load here. Come on. I want one of. We could do. Maybe we could do 157. It's a smaller field. Either I can wait and do 152 with you guys once we buy it. I don't know. We'll just have to see. And we don't want to run long on this end row, or else we'll end up with one of the booms into a tree. We'll have to pay attention to make sure that we don't run too far down into our original headland. We're sitting at 9/10 a gallon use right now on our herbicide. I'm still sitting at 92%. I was kind of hoping that we could empty out the herbicide out of that other sprayer that we stopped to refill this setup and use it all, but I don't think we're going to get I don't think we're going to use near that much herbicide, which, I mean, is good as far as money is concerned. It just means that I'm going to have to take the tractor back down to the farm, that other tractor back down to the farm, unload the herbicide down there, or unload it where it's at and bring the truck skid steer up here to load it. So, and in all honesty, it'll be a lot easier just to take the tractor down to the farm and unload it. I was hoping just to sell that setup right where it's at, but herbicide's expensive, and I don't want to get rid of that herbicide because I don't think that you get money for the herbicide that's in the tank. We'll jump back out here a little bit. And this field's going to take a little while to run across. Oh. And we're already starting to run long in our video, so I think that I'm just going to go ahead and end the video. All I'm doing in this video is spraying, so it's going to kind of be the same video over and over again, or I mean, same type of video over and over again. So I'll just finish up spraying these fields here. Next month, yeah, I think, let me double check. No, yeah, end of July, end of June, beginning of July. We've got some beans, some soybeans in the bins. We're gonna want to haul to the elevator. It'll be the end of June, beginning of July when those go into the bin. But I don't have that much, so I don't know if I'll record that for you guys or not, honestly. Just because it's only literally gonna be probably 2 truckloads, so that would be really short video. So I don't think I'll even bother recording that. So I'll finish up spraying, and then the next time our next video, it will be wheat harvest. So we'll jump in the combines, head over, get them set up, and start harvesting some wheat. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time.